You are sitting on the couch, tired after a long day. You let out a long, slow yawn. And just a few seconds later, your dog yawns too. Maybe a small, gentle yawn. Maybe a big, dramatic one with a quiet sound at the end. Most owners notice it. Most owners laugh and assume it is a coincidence. Most owners never think about it again. But it is not a coincidence. That moment is actually one of the deepest, most subtle, most emotionally meaningful behaviors in the entire human and dog relationship. It is a behavior researchers have studied for years. It is a behavior connected to empathy, to bonding, to emotional attunement, and even to brain chemistry. And once you understand what it really means, it will completely change the way you see those quiet little moments with your dog. To understand it, we have to start with something called contagious yawning. Contagious yawning is exactly what it sounds like. Yawning that spreads. One person yawns. Another person nearby yawns moments later. It is one of the strangest and most fascinating behaviors in human social biology. For a long time, researchers believed only humans could catch yawns from each other. Then they discovered that great apes do it too. Then chimpanzees. Then bonobos. And then in 2008, a team of researchers in London made an extraordinary discovery. Dogs can also catch yawns from humans. This was the first known case of contagious yawning happening between two completely different species. And the implications were huge. Because contagious yawning is not random. It is not a reflex. It is not just a tired moment of the body. Contagious yawning is linked to something much deeper. Empathy. Emotional connection. The ability to subconsciously feel what another being is feeling. When you yawn and your dog yawns, your dog is essentially mirroring your emotional state. They are picking up on your energy, your tiredness, your relaxation, your breathing, and their body responds to it, almost like an emotional echo. That is not coincidence. That is connection. And the research goes even deeper. Studies have shown that dogs are more likely to catch yawns from their bonded humans than from strangers. The closer the emotional relationship, the higher the chance that the yawn will be contagious. In other words, if your dog regularly yawns when you yawn, it is one of the strongest natural signs that they consider you emotionally important. Someone whose feelings they unconsciously absorb. Someone whose presence shapes their internal state. That is not a small thing. That is one of the highest forms of social bonding in the animal world. But contagious yawning is only one piece of the story. Because dogs also yawn for many other reasons. And learning to read those reasons gives you an incredibly clear window into your dog's emotional life. The first non-contagious reason dogs yawn is fatigue. Just like humans, they are simply tired. The yawn is functional. It increases oxygen. It refreshes the brain. The second reason is stress. This surprises a lot of owners. Yawning is one of the most common stress signals in dog body language. When a dog feels overwhelmed, uncertain, or under pressure, they often yawn. It looks calm to humans. It looks like the dog is relaxed. But to other dogs, it is a clear message. A request to lower the intensity of the situation. You might see this when a stranger leans over your dog, or when a child approaches too quickly, or during a vet visit. The dog yawns. People assume the dog is calm, but that yawn is often a soft, polite, canine way of saying, "Please, I need a moment." The third reason is anticipation. Many dogs yawn before something exciting is about to happen. Before a walk, before a meal, before play. The body releases nervous energy through the yawn. It is similar to the way humans take a deep breath before something they have been waiting for. The fourth reason is calming themselves. Dogs use yawns as self-regulation. When their nervous system feels slightly off, they yawn to reset. Many dogs yawn after a sudden movement, after loud noises, after a tense interaction. The yawn helps lower their internal state. This is one reason dog trainers sometimes intentionally yawn at anxious dogs. The yawn is a calming signal, a nonverbal way to say everything is okay. And because dogs naturally mirror these cues, it often helps the dog calm down too. The fifth reason is communication with you. Some dogs yawn when they want their owner to slow down, when the energy in the home is too high, when a conversation is too loud, when something feels emotionally heated. The dog yawns to subtly request a softer atmosphere. And many dogs do this without their owners ever noticing. Now, here's where the story becomes more emotional. Researchers have found that dogs do not just catch yawns. They also catch emotions. They notice tiny shifts in your facial expressions. They detect changes in your breathing. They pick up on chemical signals in your sweat. They register the tiniest variations in your tone. Dogs are constantly studying your emotional state. Quietly, carefully, without you noticing. And the yawn is one of the most visible signs of this emotional attunement. Because catching a yawn requires more than just observation. It requires emotional resonance. It requires their nervous system to subconsciously mirror yours. It requires a level of empathy that scientists used to believe only humans were capable of. When your dog catches your yawn, they are not just imitating you. They are connecting with you in one of the deepest possible ways. That moment matters more than most owners realize. And it can shift the way you understand your daily life with your dog. Because if a yawn can travel between you, that means many other emotional states travel between you too. Your stress, your sadness, your calmness, your peace. Your dog is feeling your day with you. Quietly, constantly, without ever needing to say a word. This is part of why dogs are so deeply bonded to their humans. It is not just companionship. It is not just routine. It is emotional resonance. It is two beings tuning into each other across species lines. And the yawn is one of the simplest, most consistent demonstrations of that connection. So the next time your dog yawns moments after you do, try not to brush it off. Try to recognize what is actually happening. Try to notice the deeper signal beneath that small, simple, ordinary behavior. Because your dog is not just yawning. They are tuning into you. They are feeling you. They are connected to you in ways most people do not realize. But there is one specific kind of yawn many dogs give that means something completely different. Something subtle. Something most owners misread every single time. Something that reveals exactly what your dog is feeling about a moment they cannot describe. Once you understand it, you will see it instantly. And that is exactly what we are going to reveal in the next video. So if you made it this far, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments, does your dog yawn when you do?